something unique about a motorcycle, something I've never found in any other product.
For me, it's an independent, fun, free feeling, and yet the contrast to that is I still feel I'm a part of a bunch of people who ride motorcycles.
Well, I started riding motorcycles when I was 15 years old. I've been riding motorcycles ever since. I still ride today. And I think the dealers, the customers, and the industry, it's just been a fun way to make a living.
I love it. Well, you really can't get motorcycling out of your blood. You know, just about everyone that works at Yamaha rides one type of vehicle or another, and we ride every chance that we get.
So far, 1992 has been very, very promising. In the first 2 quarters of the year, the motorcycle industry has shown amazing strength.
ATV is also showing about 15 to 20% in growth. So combined across the United States, I'm very pleased with the size of the industry.
Yamaha, with the products that we have, both in terms of motorcycles and ATVs, has been doing very well.
I would say from an inventory standpoint, we are in the best position that we've been in since the early 80s.
600cc category, Yamaha is #1, and the 600cc segment is approximately twice the size of the next highest segment in each motorcycle category. So I think that bodes very, very well. It shows that Yamaha is producing products to meet a certain need, and a need in a category that's very, very strong.
I think this past season has been the first full year that we've had for dealers to experience retail finance. The dealers I've spoken with are singing the praises of our retail finance program.
I think the retail financing was one of the best things. It gives you a fast approval. It gives you an approval 6 days a week. Plus, I think some of the promotions that's been offered to first-time buyer, the limited-time buyer, that has been excellent.
We received an awful lot of favorable comments from our dealer network.
So we developed a program to actually entice the customers to put a deposit on the bike and wait for the bike to actually physically come into the dealership. And we developed this whole program. We advertised it nationally, and at this early date, it's proven very, very successful.
So the motorcycle business itself is up, and Yamaha's market share is up along with the volume of the business. I think we've done an excellent job of making changes to our programs that will help us help the dealers so that we've got as smooth of a flow of product into the marketplace as is possible. And we've been able to put together programs that drive the customer into the Yamaha dealer to get him to want to buy a Yamaha motorcycle before he even gets to the dealership. I think when the dealers see the programs and the advertising that we've got planned for this year, along with the product and the pricing strategy, that they're going to feel like Yamaha is really in the motorcycle business.
The Yamaha product we sell from a quality standpoint is excellent.
The way I sell Yamaha product is quality, quality, quality. So I feel really comfortable selling Yamahas.
The GTS, from a technological perspective, I think a very exciting product.
The GTS is certainly a very, very good image builder for Yamaha.
GTS is all new technology. It not only employs leading arm and center hub steering, something that everyone has speculated for the last 30 or 40 years.
It's the first time it's been put into production on a motorcycle.
Our center hub steering design, when you turn the wheel, all you're doing is turning the wheel itself. The arm that's holding it, the shock absorber, the suspension components, all of those things are fixed. So it means you're rotating less mass about a center of pivot. That's one of the ways it gives you that super sport sensation. Another part of the innovation of GTS is it will have fuel injection. Fuel injection, I mean, I don't have to explain that to people who've bought cars. It has a catalytic exhaust system. It has a 6-caliper front brake located right in the center of the wheel itself. I mean, there are a number of things, when people look at it closely, they're going to realize not only is this an all-new motorcycle, but I think they're going to see it's the next generation of motorcycle.
The purpose of the GTS is to enhance image, also to build floor traffic for our dealer network. It won't appeal to all riders, but it probably will intrigue most motorcycle riders, hopefully enough that they'll visit the Yamaha dealer to take a look at it, and while they're in there, maybe become introduced to some other product.
Virago 535 is going to be back.
The Virago 535, which we're reintroducing this year after a couple-year hiatus, and reintroducing at a very, very attractive price, we feel is going to fill a void in the cruiser market that is just waiting to have this motorcycle.
The Virago 535 just didn't fit into the product mix that was available in the marketplace a couple of years ago. But that was then and this is now. Dealers said to us, if you brought it in at a price comparable to a product like the Seika 2, there's more interest in cruisers, there's more interest in that specific bike, we could sell it, and we could sell it in good numbers. Well, when someone makes a comment like that, you listen. That's why we brought it back. Virago 535 not only fits into the 600cc cruiser category, it always was a bit unique. Good chrome, excellent paint, good overall layout, high comfort, easy to operate, low seat height, simple, well-priced, well-detailed. It's already known in the marketplace, and I think it's going to come back and take the retail marketplace by storm.
It'd be priced under $4,000. The bike was originally developed for the U.S. market and was later introduced in Europe kind of as an afterthought, and has become the best-selling motorcycle in Europe.
We found that the four-wheel drive ATV market is vibrant and it's growing. And with this continued growth, there's increased demand for larger, more maneuverable four-wheel drive machines. And the Kodiak fits that mold precisely.
The Kodiak is a 25-inch tire that stands a little higher than other 25-inch tires, increases the overall size of the machine, increases the ground clearance. Most importantly, it increases its step-over ability. The larger engine means you have more torque, more power, more capability to get you up over those obstacles. It has full fender coverage to give better mud protection, the larger rack, and a number of small improvements in all of the user features. Easier shifting. The high-low reverse lever has been relocated to give more rack room, but also an easier-to-use throttle. It has a double cable action. It just means that the throttle's a little bit easier for long riding. And a final thing, which we've always made a priority, we don't want it to have to rely just on rider skill. We like to design a product that's fun, that's a little sporty, has no trade-off in the utility, but even an older or more casual rider can still get to where he needs to go. It doesn't just count on his skill and ability. We make that the responsibility of the machine to give him the ability. The Kodiak is going to be the ultimate hunter, fisher, outdoorsman choice. It gives a whole new meaning to all terrain. Go just about any place you need to. The Seika 2 is, for me, the most exciting new model of 1993, although it's the exact same motorcycle we introduced in 1992. If that sounds like a contradiction, I say that because in this category, this is a softer, easier, broader category of motorcycle buyer. He's more influenced by what he sees around him, what he notices someone else riding, what he heard about, what he saw in a page of a magazine, perhaps as much in advertising and more so than in editorial. Through this summer, our sales have increased month after month after month. And even as we now come into July and August, when sales for those types of motorcycles should be slowing down, should be going down a bit, our Seika continues to increase month after month, which leads me to believe that next year we will have one of the top-selling motorcycles in the marketplace. We priced the FCR 600 to be the single best buy in the Supersport marketplace. We priced it to go head-to-head with the pretend Supersport that our competition puts out there and give it a clear advantage over any of the other products that you could select in that category. We hoped that the strategy would work, and the numbers tell us that we did. We actually increased through last year. And the dealers told us that for them it's one of the best-selling models on the floor, and the one comment they made time and time again was that if we could have the dual headlights that we had on the earlier version, stronger color choice for that for this year, they believed that they could do even more numbers on it. And so we listened to them.
It's got dual headlights and a beautiful paint job and purple wheels, and it's going to be perceived as just a gorgeous motorcycle at an unbelievable price. I think the customers are going to go wild over the FCR 600.
The YZs are the best.
The best motocross lineup that there is in the industry.
Motocross was always one of the places where Yamaha carved out its identity. We were always known as the dirt bike company, the motocross winners, the leaders in that category. Well, this year we've got 3 brand new YZs, and I have absolutely no doubt that everyone's going to know they're the ones to own. For the last couple of years, we've had Damon Bradshaw out there, not just riding for us, but winning for us. The request from the dealers for the last couple of seasons, let's get back in at the grassroots of motocross. Let's build from the bottom up. Let's build a machine that's the choice of young riders and is going to win. The YZ80 looks just like its bigger brothers, has all the serious features of the full-size motocross bikes, and without a doubt, it's going to be the winner. An all-new YZ125. It's a 125 that you can't tell from the 250. It has all the same serious features. It's a winning bike, a good-looking bike, and the 250, we took a winning product and made it even better.
We're real excited about the YZs because it has been many, many years since we had all brand new models in the same model here. Our development people, the factory, gave us what we needed in terms of product, and we put together a pretty exciting package to go with that product, and it appears so far that it's been a real successful launch. It's real nice to be able to sit back and watch the product sell as well as it's been selling. I think for 1993 we finally got to the point where all of our programs are very retail impactful. We want to make sure the product flows into the dealerships, certainly, but we also want to make sure it flows out of the dealerships just as quickly. Good for our business and good for our dealerships.
I think it's good that they revamped their strategy.
Going from a wholesale orientation to a retail orientation only increases the level of contact we need at the end user level. We need to know more about the people that are buying the bikes and using the bikes because that's where we're going to allocate our resources.
You need to get more fine-tuned with your customer. That's the bottom line.
We can't focus on developing incentives that will motivate the dealer. We've got to focus on developing incentives that will motivate the retail customer. If we do a good job of developing the right kind of incentives that will stimulate the consumer to purchase our product, then we've accomplished both tasks. We've helped the dealer sell the product, and we've ensured that the dealer will purchase product from us.
Actually, we're going to spend more money during this 1993 motorcycle season that I can remember in a long time.
We want to start the season early. If we can increase our sales early in the season, we'll not only increase our share of the market, will result in selling far more product.
The motorcycle business has a relatively short retail sales window. The old saying is you can't lengthen the season, but you can make it earlier. So what we'd like to do is rush the season, and if we give the Yamaha customer a good enough reason to buy, we sincerely believe we can do that.
One of the ways that we're going to invest the funds that we are not spending on holding a big national convention this year is by pouring that money into the premiums that we're offering as part of the Get It in Gear promotion, and offsets for the retail finance plan that allows the customer to put off his first payment for as long as 4 months, and of course in advertising.
We're going to do a similar program like we did with the YZ. There'll be a national ad dovetailing with a brand new FCR ad.
If a customer purchases a new Yamaha street bike between October 1st and January 31st, we'll give that customer a choice of either a 2-year Yamaha extended service agreement or $250 in Yamaha accessories.
It's a chance for the dealer to take and really round out a unit package for his buyers.
And sometimes you maybe have to give them something to push them over, get them to do it.
We're going to suggest things like leather jackets, helmets, or any other combination of accessories that the customer would like. Rather than taking the $250 in accessories, he has the opportunity to take a 2-year extended warranty from our service department. I think that's an excellent way to go and close a deal.
I feel that the extended service plan is a definite benefit. We're seeing more and more people ask for the extended service plan. It gives a person a sense of
Security.
On top of that, we're going to offer a retail finance plan that will allow the customer to purchase during that time frame and yet not pay for the bike till spring. We're going to offer an incentive to salespeople to move product off the dealership floor.
We'll also have the salesman's incentives for both the ATVs and for motorcycles.
We're going to target product that admittedly hasn't been fast moving.
It's a chance again for the dealer to reevaluate what his total inventory package is, remove what's slow moving, and restock it with something that can really earn him some money during the season.
So we're going to make a very hard early attack while nobody else, none of the other competitors are really pushing hard. Frankly, extending the season is nothing new. We borrowed the idea from the snowmobile industry. They've been using it effectively for the last 3 or 4 years.
Another way that we're attempting to stimulate retail is by providing every dealer with a pretty extensive point of purchase package that he can use to display in his dealership to make customers aware of these retail-directed programs that are offered during the fall and winter.
Basically, there's going to be 2 promotions. The early fall promotion and our unbelievably big open house campaign, something similar to what we had last spring.
It was probably the most fun event we've had in motorcycles in many, many years. Response to it was almost 4 times what we had hoped for.
The only significant difference is that this year there's going to be television.
If Yamaha could do more national advertising, we could tie in with local cable advertising.
That's what I'd like to see, is more national.
We're going to be on television, and on television big time. Starting in February-March time period, we're going to be on ESPN in their motorsports segment. Primarily Formula One, NASCAR, and kart. Dealers have been asking for many years for us to be on television and to be on television in a big way. They're not going to be disappointed.
We should also have a schedule for print, and we should have a schedule for our PLP material so that the dealers can really compare this year with last year.
There's going to be national advertising similar to the national advertising that we did with YZs. Basically, we had a product ad on the new FCR 600, the new Seika 2, the new Virago 535, and the all-new GTS. And dovetailing these product ads will be promotion ads that will work to drive consumers into the dealerships.
The real exciting thing about the new brochures this year is that we've been able to capture emotion and movement to really show the product in its intended use. For instance, FCR brochure, the new GTS brochure, all feature this blurred movement that really brings out the excitement in riding our motorcycles. I think one thing that's really new about the brochures this year is that they are on time. They're available now. We're shipping you your initial quantities with the point of purchase kit, and they're available for reorders.